A self-propelled vessel engaged in the movement of certain dangerous cargo as defined in subpart C of 33 CFR 160, and a self-propelled vessel engaged in the movement of flammable or combustible liquid cargo in bulk that is listed in 46 CFR 30.25-1, Table 30.25-1. In this section we'll discuss two categories of vessels. These categories are based solely on whether or not the vessel is self-propelled and on the vessel's cargo. More specifically, whether or not the vessel is engaged in the movement of dangerous cargo or in the movement of flammable or combustible liquid cargo in bulk. Since neither of these categories of vessels are included in the bridge-to-bridge radio telephone regulations, here we'll focus exclusively on the wording in the AIS regulations. Again, we see the term self-propelled. This means a vessel with its own locomotion, whether it be engines, sails, oars, jets, or walking robotic arms. And as before, the important distinction here is between the term self-propelled and the term power-driven. Remember, power-driven means propelled by machinery, whereas a self-propelled vessel need not have any machines. As with most regulations, almost every word has some legal significance. In this regulation, the phrase "engaged in the movement of" describes an important condition that could be easily misunderstood. What makes this part of the regulation somewhat unique in the VTS arena is that any self-propelled vessel, regardless of any other criteria, must have AIS if they're engaged in the movement of the subject cargo. We'll discuss the specifics of the subject cargo itself shortly, but for now consider this. A vessel that's not typically outfitted with AIS, such as a small towing vessel of less than 600 horsepower, or a towing vessel of less than 26 feet length overall, or a self-propelled vessel of less than 65 feet LOA, or even a non-commercial service self-propelled vessel, all must carry AIS if they're engaged in the movement of this subject cargo. As for the term engaged in the movement of, this term is deliberately different than the term carrying. The term engaged in the movement of was chosen for the AIS regulations to capture small towing vessels that are towing the subject cargo but might otherwise be exempted from the AIS regulations. For a somewhat far-fetched example of the difference between the term engaged in the movement of and the term carrying, consider this. If a tugboat is towing a self-propelled vessel, not a barge, but a self-propelled vessel such as a ship, that's carrying the subject cargo, both vessels are technically engaged in the movement of the subject cargo. Therefore, both vessels, in this example, must have AIS. As for the subject cargo, we've saved that for last because it's the easiest part of the rule. Knowing which cargo invokes this regulation is simply knowing where to look for the list or the definition. (33 CFR 164.46) subparagraph Roman numeral 5 says that any self-propelled vessel, regardless of any other criteria, must carry AIS if engaged in the movement of certain dangerous cargo as defined in 33 CFR 160 Part C, or is engaged in the movement of flammable or combustible liquid cargo in bulk that is listed in 46 CFR 30.25-1. As for the cross-references listed in the AIS regulation, in 33 CFR 160 subpart C under definitions, you'll find a list that includes explosives, poisonous gases, radioactive materials, and flammable and toxic liquids that when transported in certain quantities and by certain methods are those certain dangerous cargoes. The second reference is 46 CFR 30.25-1. This is a list of almost 700 regulated flammable or combustible liquids. While these lists are clearly too comprehensive to memorize, and most of the listed compounds have names that are outside most non-scientists' vocabularies, you should know where to find these lists in the Code of Federal Regulations and have a working knowledge of their purpose. Finally, and most importantly, operators of any self-propelled vessel engaged in the movement of a substance on one of these lists must know these lists and must ensure their vessel is outfitted with Class A AIS.